According to the National Crime Records Bureau, about 24,000 rape cases were reported countrywide in 2011 alone, translating to about 66 rapes a day. Of the total number of cases that make it to court, the overall rate of conviction stands at 26.4%. This means that out of every 66 reported rapes each day, only 17 are convicted, while 49 people walk away scot-free. As a result, there has been nearly a tenfold increase in recorded rape incidents in the last 40 years. During the last 40 years, on average, there has been a 22.5% increase in recorded rape incidents per year. This is much higher than other violent crimes, such as murder, kidnapping, and robbery. Matters are reaching a new low every day. On December 16, 2012, the country was stunned by the brutal gang rape of a Delhi physiotherapy student. According to the friend of the victim, police wasted 30 minutes arguing about jurisdiction before they even transported her to the hospital. This was after lying for hours on the streets, severely hurt and naked. This incident drew immense public outrage, and the entire country came out to the streets in demonstrations. Subsequently, the government went from denial to hyperaction and decided to move the critical patient from an ICU in Delhi to a hospital in Singapore. The decision seemed to be a political one and against expert medical advice. Several independent experts have questioned this decision by the government. Dr. Samiran Nandi, the chairman of the Organ Transplant and Gastrosurgery Department of Sir Gangaram Hospital, said, "I just can't understand why a critically ill patient with infection in blood and body, high-grade fever, and on the ventilator is being transferred. It seems like more of a political move." Dr. Koshalkant Mishra, a senior orthopedic surgeon at Primus Hospital, said, "There is no question of a transplant at this stage. The infection has to be controlled first and the patient stabilized. I do not understand what the hurry was to take the patient out." Safdarjung Hospital, like other major hospitals in India, have excellent medical facilities and doctors to take care of the critically ill. Another senior doctor at AIIMS said, "When the Prime Minister can be treated and operated here in India, what is the specific medical need to move a patient to Singapore? What the government is saying does not seem to add up." The 23-year-old finally lost the battle of her life. The lack of sensitivity by the government and apathy of bureaucrats is quite evident. The small number of cases where government actually takes some action are those which are able to draw public attention and outrage. Most other cases go unnoticed on a daily basis. Owing to the enormous public outrage, the Justice Verma Committee was set up. The committee did a phenomenal job, reaching out to stakeholders and tabled a well-researched report within 29 days. The report indicated that failures on the part of the government and police were the root cause behind crimes against women. We encourage everyone to have a look at the complete report by clicking on the link below. The report says there is, naturally, a certain degree of institutional bias against women. Their complaints are not taken seriously by the police. On account of the patriarchal structure, the male police officers do not take complaints of rape seriously. The report also highlights that a large number of women still fail to report rapes to the police because they fear embarrassing and insensitive treatment by the doctors, the law enforcement personnel, and/or the cross-examining defense attorneys. This report came out after enormous public outrage. The anger was so much that for several days, the nation's capital came to a standstill. The seriousness of the issue was beyond doubt. Yet, when the Criminal Law Amendment Bill to address this issue was tabled in the Parliament for debate and vote, only 200 out of the 545 MPs made themselves present. This shows the seriousness, or the lack of it, by our politicians. During the debate on this issue, several politicians even made shocking, sexist remarks, which undermined the seriousness of the matter. Amid peals of laughter, Janata Dal chief Sharad Yadav said in the Lok Sabha, "Who amongst us have not followed girls? Listen in."
उन्होंने हम में से जो पीछा नहीं किया और महिला जो है वो महिला को जब उसको बात करना पड़ती है तो पहले महिला नहीं लिफ्ट देती है, उसे कोशिश करना पड़ती है, प्रेम से बताना पड़ती है। ये पूरे देश का किस्सा है।
Many women MPs expressed their remorse on the comments passed during the debate.
It actually pains me to believe that all these men who for the last 4.5 years one has worked with, we've discussed several issues, still I do see a gender bias in this room that we are all working in. Here we are not discussing about men's rights, we're talking about security of the woman, which happens to be one of their wives, one of their daughters and one of their mothers.
The comments and backward mindsets of our parliamentarians are appalling and shocking. Yet, are we, the public, not responsible for electing such people to govern us? The Justice Verma report was tabled on January 23, 2013. Yet, after 3 months, almost nothing was done to enforce its recommendations. During the third week of April, the national capital witnessed yet another brutal rape, this time of a 5-year-old girl. More shocking was the role played by the police. Instead of helping the family, the police tried to bribe the family to not register the case. During the subsequent public protests, a senior police officer was caught on camera brutally beating a young girl who was protesting. Watch here.
ACP who slapped a woman protester outside the Dayanand hospital where this young girl is being treated. We are now in fact hearing that this cop has been suspended. Sonal Mehrotra joining us at this point. Sonal, what are you hearing about police action? Has this cop, in fact, we've been playing these pictures over and over again, shameful behavior by the police on display. Has there been any action taken?
For now, we can tell our viewers for sure now we've got a written confirmation on his suspension. He's an ACP.
The message is clear. Both our politicians and our police are insensitive and apathetic to the problems of society. And we, the people, have to do something about this. The onus of changing the future lies upon us. After all, we're the ones who elect them. They are a reflection of our society. History shows that such barbarism and brutalities can only stop with mass public awareness and intervention. In 1897, Swami Vivekananda envisioned that within 50 years, India will be free from British rule. He inspired an entire generation of leaders to work towards it. Demand of total independence, Purna Swaraj, was put forth. He envisioned a future that became a reality within 50 years. Similarly, Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned a future for breaking the shackles of racism in America. He said, "I have a dream," and then people worked together to make that dream a reality. If we want to create a better future for our society, then we have to first envision it and then work hard to make it a reality. How do we change mindsets? What are the steps to bring about a change and increase awareness at the social level? A law by itself will not solve the problem. We request you to join us in working to resolve this and other similar issues. Give 1 hour to volunteer for a better India. Let us come together and work to transform the society we live in so that women can feel safe and secure. Let us together envision and create a better future for our country and our children, because they deserve to live without fear. Share your ideas on how we can resolve these issues. You can reach us at the email shown below. Do join us on Facebook, facebook.com/overseasvbi. For more details, visit our website, overseasvbi.org.